All right, this past weekend was a wet one, to say the least. 9 towns and cities got somewhere between 5 and 7 inches of rain in less than 24 hours.
Yeah, and the midcoast really took a beating. Flash flooding happening there, wiping out roads and bridges. News Center Maine's Breton joining us now to explain the climate connection to this last storm. Hey, Rhino.
Yeah, hey, good morning, Lee and Sharon. Hi, everybody. The impact of this storm is still being felt there in parts of the midcoast. It's not unusual to get this amount of rain, but it was the rate in which it came down, buckets for hours, that made it a real problem. I want to share with you some video. This is what Robinson Drive in Rockport looked like Sunday morning, where a culvert and a big chunk of the road were gone. That was quickly patched up. Good news, with about 24 homes cut off on the other side. But it's a different story in other places. Take busy Route 52 in Camden, for example. Parts of Route 52, locally known as the Turnpike Road, remain closed, and the Maine DOT hopes to get it back open by Friday. According to our Don Kerrigan, who was on the story yesterday, the DOT says about 1,200 feet of that road needs to be repaired. And for that road alone, it may come at a price of about $100,000. This isn't the first flash flood this year. Back in June, you're seeing video of a storm that dumped 6 inches of rain in 2 hours in down East Maine, wiping out roads in Roque Bluffs and damaging the carriage roads in Acadia. Back live now. While these floods seem random, they are happening more frequently. And we hear a lot about weather and climate change. To be clear, there are still a lot of things we do not know about the connection between the two, but heavier rain is one of the most likely impacts of climate change. And that's because a warmer atmosphere is capable of holding more water vapor. When this added water vapor condenses into precipitation, it leads to heavier rain, or actually, when cold enough, heavier snow. And the numbers back it up. The amount of total precipitation on average hasn't changed in Maine, but when it rains, it's been pouring. There's been a more than 50% increase in heavy precip events since the 1950s, meaning being ready to respond to a flood like the one we saw over the weekend and shoring up our infrastructure ahead of a storm has never been more important. I'm meteorologist Ryan Breton, News Center Maine.